November 28th of 2023. We did multiple trades in our main option trading account. The first one here at the top, you see we bought to close the Amazon December 15th 120 put for 6 cents per share. And just pretty much all the profit was gone. Amazon looks like it might be trying to top out, even though yesterday it did make a new higher high. So it could be looking to make another push, but don't see any reason to stay there for 6 cents per share. We'll look for an opportunity to go back in at a later date. The next one is our TROW position. So we had sold 2 100 put options, and then we're also in the $100 call option. We had sold one of the 100 put options, and then we were in 2 of the covered calls. So we bought those back and rolled the cover call out to 100. I'll show you why in a second, and rolled the cash carry put option down to 95. So I'll pull the charts up here and I'll show you why. So one thing I do like over here on the top right chart, the hourly chart, that's now breaking out above both the green 50 and red 20 moving average. When we did this trade, it was more back in this area here, so it's showing some weakness. It was kind of below those lines, but by the end of the day, it looks like it pushed above it, so that's showing a little more bullishness. But that's really kind of all, and that's why I decided to roll that cash carry put option down. Now we do see on this daily chart in the bottom right that it's made a higher high, made a higher low, but is running up against this green 50 moving average, and it's been stuck there for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Now looking at volume, we see buyers and sellers are fairly even, although I'd probably say buyers have a little bit of an advantage, but hasn't been able to push through that green 50 moving average. It's also right at an area back here that served as support for it, which has now turned into resistance right around 100. So that's why I decided to go ahead and roll that 100 call option out instead of rolling it up or down, because it is hitting up against some resistance. We'll see what happens. But in case it comes back down to retest the support around 90 or to fill this gap here around 93, 94, I decided to get that $100 cash carry put option down by $5. So happy to do that. Over on the weekly chart, we do see that as it was coming down over the past several months, the selling pressure was increasing, and then it reached equilibrium about a month and a half ago. Nice big green candle, high volume, but not as high as the 2 previous red weekly down bars. And so now we've advanced, but again, you notice it's kind of stalling out here. And notice the volume is dropping. Of course, last week was Thanksgiving, so expect lower volume. We had 1.5 less trading days, and just Thanksgiving always tends to be low volume. So let's kind of keep an eye on it. And if it does break through here, I'm definitely game to roll that 95 cash carry put option up to 100. All right, the next one, if I can get this to switch over here, we added to our GILD position. So we're now in a full position. This is one we've been adding to the past week, and just sold the $72.50 put option, bought the 50 for protection, got $1.15 per share, and I'll quickly pull that charts up. Not much has changed, and that's why I did this trade over the past few weeks. Although today it did make the candle is lower, but notice the big volume today, and it was only down by 0.5%, so about 0.5% it dropped. So what's going on here? Well, it looks like buyers came in and bought it up some, but again, same deal yesterday. So as it's coming down, volume's increasing, but we're seeing these legs. So it looks like buyers are coming in and buying it up, but it does look like it's going to retest this low right here around 74. So it's right there at it, and we'll see if it holds. But we're down here, leaving a little bit farther down. We're at 72.5. So it can drop another 2.5%, 3% before we're challenged. And if that does fail, then notice our red 200 moving average here on this weekly chart. That should also serve as support for it, and that's just below or right at our $72.50 strike price. So we're now in a full position. We won't look to add any more unless down the road we have to repair it. At that point, we might look to add some more. Now we did 2 trades in GPN. First, we sold the November 19th, so next month or month after next, the 105 cash carry put option, got 87 cents. Not that great of a return. Looking to get out of it early, hopefully, if it cooperates. And also did a risk reversal. I had a note in GPN to look for potential risk reversal. We did one earlier this year or late last year, and we closed out our risk side, so now we just have a spread on. So all of our risk is gone, and so we're looking to possibly do it again. And here's what I saw that I liked. So several things that I liked with GPN. First of all, on our top right chart, our hourly chart, it's broke out above the green 50 and red 200 moving average on this chart about 2 weeks ago. And since then, it's kind of just been riding those moving averages. Now, it did, towards the end of the day, it did come down, but I've been riding those moving averages for support. So I like that. Now, our bottom left chart, the daily chart, notice over the past several weeks, buyers have shown nice strength. and it was finding resistance against these two moving averages. Kind of traded up against it, came off, traded up against it, tried to fight through it, getting stuck. Yesterday pushed through it on nice volume. See that nice volume right here? And then today opened and closed above it. So we like that. Now what I always like to do is see, what does a stock tend to do? What tends to happen when it pushes through moving averages like that? So you see, I'll actually switch over here to a bigger chart. So switch over to our daily chart here. So what does GPN tend to do when it breaks through? We got to go back a little ways here. But when it did break through it, let's see, broke through it here. So once it punched through it, okay volume was actually declining, but it punched through it and made a nice advance and came back down and tested the 200 moving average. So will it do it again? It looks like it can. I don't like the long leg up top. That tells us that buyers bought it up as sellers pushed it down. So they pushed it down quite a bit, around 1.5%. So when I did the trade, it was a fairly nice bullish green candle. Ended up not being as bullish, but I still like that it held above these moving averages on the daily chart. Now looking over here at the weekly chart, not exactly what we want to see, and that it's kind of stuck trying to get through this green 50 moving average. So that's not necessarily a bullish sign. But what I did like is that it made a higher low here and made a higher high here. So looking like if it can push through this green 50 moving average, it's probably going to advance to this 130 area. And if it does that, then I'm going to look to close out this $85 put by selling a call option above our 180 call, or maybe just exit the position altogether. We'll just kind of keep an eye on it and see how it goes. So we got 30 cents per share for that, got 87 cents for the cash care put option. That 105 put option is right here just above this area that served as support for it. Support's around 102, so about $3 above that. That was the only way to get some decent premium. And it still wasn't that great of a return. If GPN does have a quick advance here, like it looks like it could, then we will look to get out of that early. So that's all of our trades for today. I'll be looking for new opportunities, of course, tomorrow, and I hope you have a great evening.